truly believe that there are a couple experiences in life that you can't get in a classroom that teach you not only real life knowledge, but also teach you how to be a better person, a better human being. The biggest one of those experiences is travel. Seeing the world from a different perspective changes you in a way that you just can't experience and you can't feel in a classroom. In a classroom setting, you get the perspective from historians and from your teachers, and those are good things. Like that, don't get me wrong, those are definitely things you want in the world and in life, but you don't get the real world experience. When you travel and when you step outside of the bubble that you've been raised in, you kind of gain a completely different world view. I know that sounds a little bit cheesy, but you learn how to be a lot more empathetic as a human. You can empathize with people from all different cultures and all different walks of life way better than you can when you only had that one perspective that you had previously. And you also learn a whole lot more about yourself too. You learn how to be a grown-up. Traveling kind of forces you to be a grown-up in certain situations. If you're in a country and you don't speak the local language, but you need to buy a train ticket, you have to literally step out of your shell and talk to people that you would never talk to for help. You have to ask for help. You have to learn how to ask for help and learn when those situations are necessary and good. So traveling is one of those real life experiences that teaches you how to be a better human. It gives you a real world knowledge on a million different subjects, and it teaches you how to be an adult in a lot of different ways. So obviously you're probably sitting there being like, all right, well that's good, traveling is great, but I can't afford to travel right now. That's not something that's in the cards for me. I hear you. I'm gonna teach you how to travel the world for free. And I very much know that the title of this video is very much clickbait, but if I add in the title that it's a little bit clickbait, does that mean it's not clickbait anymore? I feel like that's a Velociraptor meme. If you clarify that it's clickbait in the title, is it clickbait? Ponder that question. So if you can't travel the world, if you don't have the funds for it, if you're a student, if you're a single parent, if you don't have vacation time with your work, if you don't have a job that allows you to take time off, there's a million different reasons why you might not be able to travel, and that's totally fine. One way that you can travel for free is to read books. Okay, now hear me out. I know that that sounds ridiculous. When you read books, you are transported from the world that you're living in real time, in real life, into a world that either doesn't exist, it existed in the past, it might exist in the future, it's on a different continent, it's in a completely different space than the one that you're currently living in. When you find a really good book, you dive into it and you are absorbed in that book. And the really cool thing about books is that they do the same thing that travel does. Books open your world perspective. They teach you about people from different cultures. They teach you about circumstances that maybe you haven't experienced in your real life. Books introduce you to people that you might not ever interact with in the real world. People that you probably have never heard of before, that you've never talked to before. It forces you out of your shell, like traveling does. Situations occur in books that teach you how to be a better human as well, and how to be a grown-up, depending on the book that you're reading. Think about the children's books that you read as a kid. Those little cardboard books that were like 8 pages long. Virtually every single one of those books has a life lesson in it. That's how we teach our babies how to be humans. Virtually every book that you read has a life lesson in it somewhere. Sometimes you have to read between the lines to see it. Sometimes it's blatantly written for you, like this is how to be better. The point is, if you can't travel the world, literally, you can figuratively travel the world by reading books. And you can do it for free if you have a library card. Today, I am at my local library, woo! I also want to clarify that there are shows and there are movies. There's a lot of like pop culture kind of stuff that also has the ability to transport you into another world. There's a lot of different mediums to travel if you just kind of open up your perspective and see where you can see those life lessons. I would argue though that I think books do it best. You can get so absorbed in a story and take so much of that story to heart and love that story so much. I just think that the books are the best way that you can travel the world without literally leaving your house. Last night, I started a Goodreads account. If you guys don't know what Goodreads is, it's basically kind of like a social platform. I believe Amazon owns it now, but it's a great place to read book reviews, to talk about book suggestions with different people. And I've gotten a couple of you guys asking me what books I'm reading at the moment, what books I'm reading next, what books I want to be reading. And Goodreads is like a great place to kind of compile that information into one. The whole reason I'm talking about this right now is that I have been itching to read a book for so long, and I haven't been reading in a little bit, and it makes me feel empty inside, like I need mind stimulation. So I went on Goodreads and I added like a ton of books to my like wish list of books that I want to read in the near future. I looked on my Overdrive account and I tried to like check out a book to read on my Kindle app, but all of the books that I wanted to read were checked out, and I was like, oh, of course. If you guys don't have Overdrive, you totally should. It's where you can read library books for free, downloaded directly to your Kindle app on your phone, which is also a free app if you have any smartphone. Actually, you know what? Just look at the description bar below. I'm gonna add all kinds of useful book stuff in the description bar below, apps that I use frequently to read. And there you can kind of just see what I use on a regular basis to compile all of my book information, what I'm reading at the moment. Really helpful apps if you have a library card. So anyway, I am about to go into the library. I have a big list on my Goodreads account. I'm gonna see what books they have available, because apparently all their ebooks are like checked out, the ones that I want to read right now. Support your local libraries. This is a great way to expand your mind if you need to feel like you need to get away. Okay, let's go do this. All of these books are already checked out. I am so sad. Okay, so I checked out a couple books, but they're ebooks, so I'm gonna be reading them on my Kindle, but I'll show you guys what I got when I get out of the library. In the meantime, I'm looking at the real books and seeing if anything jumps out at me. Okay, so that was pretty successful. I walked out with The Lady of the Rivers by Philippa Gregory. This was actually on my list, and for whatever reason it wasn't coming up as being available, but then I walked down and checked and it was, so not sure what that was about, but I'm looking forward to this. Okay, and let me show you guys what I borrowed on my Kindle. I don't actually have a Kindle, but I have the Kindle app. And what happens is you open up the Overdrive account, if it loads. I don't really have a ton of service right now. Let's see what I have loaned to me. Okay, so at the library, I ended up getting the Agincourt Bride. I'm probably totally butchering that name. Agincourt Bride, and Here Be Dragons. So I got these two books on my Kindle, and all you have to do is literally click on Read Now with Kindle. It'll bring up the Kindle page like on Amazon, and then all you have to do is go over here, Get Library Book, and it will automatically start downloading to your Kindle. Then all you have to do is go to your Kindle app, Amazon Kindle, and it's right here. So all you have to do is hit download. I'm actually not going to do that because I'm on data right now, but I'll do it when I get home. Okay, just got home and I got something in the mail. This was before my challenge to not spend money. I think it was maybe about a week ago. I ordered a pair of jeans on Poshmark. And for those who don't know what Poshmark is, it's basically like, I guess you could kind of compare it to eBay, but only with like clothing and accessories. I get a lot of my clothes off of Poshmark. I'm not a big shopper, really. I've never been a girl who really like gravitates towards shopping. I don't like spending a ton of money on clothes. I got this purse. A lot of you guys have asked about this purse. It's beaten to crap. I've used it so much, but I got this off of Poshmark. It's huge, just so you know, like comparing body size wise, it's basically like a diaper bag. This was $15 on Poshmark. It was used. So most of my clothing I get is used. I said this in the last vlog too, but it's better for the environment, except I was referring to glass straws before. But here are the jeans I got. Ooh, oh, they're nice. I hope they fit. They're a little long, but that's okay. They're 7 for All Mankind jeans, which are very, like, it's a very nice brand of jeans. These are pretty much the only brand of jeans I wear these days, but I always get them used because they're so expensive. It barely looks worn in, and I got them for like 30 bucks. I'm gonna try these on. They're a little long, but let's see. Oh, they fit though. Oh, nice. Oh, they're nice. I like these. Okay, so, oh my gosh, my mirror is dirty. They're skinny and obviously they're a little bit long. I can fix that. That's easy to fix. Yay! Soup for lunch because we have a ton of soup to eat. And today is day 3, I think, of not spending money. In the last vlog, I kind of briefly mentioned it, but I'm trying to not spend a single cent for like a week. I don't know, we're gonna see how it goes. And this isn't like a hard and fast, it's definitely happening kind of thing. Like if I have to spend money, like it's not like a big deal. But I just kind of wanted to challenge myself and see if that's something that I could even achieve. I think I could do it a week. A week is pretty easy, I think, for the most part. If I can do it for a week, I'm gonna try to do it for 2 weeks and see how that goes. Eventually, I'm gonna have to hang out with like friends and probably go to dinner or something though. So I don't know, we're gonna see. We're winging it. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Ooh. Oh, and I brought that up because I'm gonna be eating this soup for like a whole week, I'm pretty sure.
Six hours later.
So I started reading my book and I totally fell asleep. I always fall asleep reading books. I'm 3% into this book. I literally got to page 8 of this book before I fell asleep. And also it downloaded the digital copy of the book, so now I have 2 versions of the same book. I have the physical copy and I have the Kindle version. So that is literally as far as I got into the book before I fell asleep. When I get to the point in the story where it gets interesting and I get sucked into it, it's not so much of a problem, but it's getting to that point that is so difficult because I fall asleep. Anyway, it's dinner time. It's just about 6:30. As you can see, I'm having chicken nuggets for dinner. But they're chicken nuggets. They're from Gardein, so they're like vegan and plant-based, and they're so good. I'm obsessed with them. We've talked about them before, and actually Blake is obsessed with them too, and he loves them, and he's very much a meat eater, so if he loves them, I think a lot of you guys would love them too, and they're super yummy. So I'm having that for dinner. I'm trying to get through my freezer. Part of the reason I don't want to spend any money for a little bit is because there's literally no need to. Our freezer is so stuffed. I really want to get through what we have in here, and not spending money kind of forces me to. The fridge is doing a little bit better. I have my huge pot of soup. And there's lots of vegetables and stuff down here, and then there's just like eggs and stuff here. There's some tofu I have to eat, and like bottles of stuff up here that I need to get through. Also, I vacuumed. We're making progress, people. Progress. Noelle, we're making progress.
Hi, kitty. Hi, guys. Hello. M4, it's fine.
Alrighty, time to get ready for bed. I actually wore makeup today, can you tell? Oh, I probably rubbed all off of my nose. Yep, because I was wearing glasses this afternoon. Oh, I am so tired and I have the beginnings of like a really bad headache, which is the worst. But I think it's worse waking up with the headache. That's definitely a lot worse. I'd much rather go to bed with a headache than wake up with a headache. Tomorrow we are going to be catching up on so many house chores that need to be desperately done. And then we actually have a very exciting thing happening this week that is a little bit on the wild and crazy side. And I'm not gonna tell you about it yet. I know, I hate it when people do that. But I'm really excited about it, and I wanna make sure I 100% am going to do this thing before I go ahead and like announce it. I still have to do a little bit of research, and it's gonna be crazy, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about it because everybody's gonna ask questions. So anyway, for today's question of the day, what are you guys reading right now? What books are you reading? What books do you want to be reading right now? Have you read any good books lately? Let me know anything to do with books in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!